Name means my father's happiness. I've had two husbands, Nabal and David. My first husband, Nabal, was a very wealthy man, but foolish, intemperate, and mean. My story begins with the death of Samuel, the prophet of God. David had been anointed by Samuel as king of Israel, elected to replace King Saul, who was disobedient and rebellious. Saul knew his kingdom would be given to David and was intensely jealous of him. When Samuel died, David feared for his life, so he took his men into the wilderness. David heard that Nabal was
I'm a Philistine woman. In my culture, we worship other gods and live a life as if we're dying tomorrow. We eat, we drink, and we be merry. We sin and corrupt, and we just do anything we want. I love money and power. And as a young, beautiful woman, I get everything I want. I met Samson, and of course he fell in love with me. He was a man of God. He was a Nazarite, and he had a vow that he would never cut his hair, and if he did so, he would lose all his strength. Samson was supernatural. He was a judge over Israel, and he and the Philistines wanted to take vengeance against him for all the judgment he passed on them. They hated him and wanted him dead. But this is about me. This is about Delilah. This is not about Samson. Delilah. The rich and powerful Philistine men and rulers learned of the affair between Samson and I and paid me a visit. They offered me an exorbitant sum of money to uncover Samson's strength secret. Money, you said? Jewelry? More clothing? The stores, the shopping? My, I was ready. It was difficult at first. I asked Samson about his strength and he wouldn't tell me. But I have my power over men, I do. Yes. I am a woman, and I'm Delilah. So I seduced Samson. It wasn't that hard. He slept on my lap and told me all the secret of his strength. I quickly called the rulers to come in, and I told them. And they asked me to cut his locks, which I did. And he was weak as a baby. And they came in and got him. And I got paid big time. I love my jewelry and my clothing. But here's the story, or the lesson to the story. Be careful who you hang out with. Don't be unevenly yoked. But anyway, that's my story. And I'm Delilah.
All right.
It's Christ who even spoke about John the Baptist as being one of the most holiest men ever birthed by man. That means that Elizabeth brought us one of the most magnificent men in the Bible. And so as I read about her, I was blessed to keep going and understanding what this elderly woman gave us in the Word and was part of the Word. So she was elderly in her age as she birthed her son, John the Baptist. And so when you think about that, she was like Sarah as well. God blessed her when she thought she could even bear a child. She was barren, all right? She was also blessed to be the wife of a priest. So you can imagine what type of sorrow, grievance, and burdens that she had for her. You need glasses too? You want mine?
Well, you know what? Actually, I do have mine, but
Do you have contacts on?
yeah.
Yeah, try those. I have contacts in.
Right, yeah, some bifocal. Some of you may know me as Adam's wife, the first woman in the Bible. I'm also known as the mother of all living. Many of you also know Adam and I as the first family to commit sin. You don't know what a burden that has been to live with. Today, I come to you for you to listen to my side of the story, my point of view. Yeah. So I can hear me out. First of all, you will never know the shame that I feel, being known as the first person to disappoint God. Most of you have read the story in Genesis. When God created the earth, he made Adam from the dust, and then from Adam's rib, he created me. Life was good in the Garden of Eden. We lived a peaceful life as husband and wife. God provided everything for us. We lived in paradise. We never wanted for anything. We were blessed with many gifts from God. Among them was the gift of being able to make our own decisions. God was so good to us.
Or tools to help us to deal with situations. And many of the stories, the families are quite dysfunctional, no different than he and Sarah were married during a time when it was unheard of for a woman not to have a child. Sarah was barren. God had promised Adam that he would bless them with a child. However, Sarah got kind of impatient. And some of the things that I learned in